Hey, you bent head scale snatcher.
Whoa, hey now. Hello there, and welcome to the If It Swims podcast, the multi-species angling podcast. I am Brett Bolton. Join me for episode 21 is Dave Spear.
Now we're old enough to drink.
Oh, 21. The podcast is now old enough to drink. Nice. How you doing, man? Thanks for joining.
Doing great.
This month, we're looking back at a recent group trip, some fishing news, and we'll go over any updates on the Carp Ladder. Starting, as always, with fishing. So, Dave and I met friend of the podcast, Gary, down at the easternmost, or is it the northernmost edge of Texas on the coast.
Both.
For a few days, yeah.
As far as the coast is concerned.
Yeah. For a few days of beach camping and fishing. I pulled onto the beach early Thursday afternoon with a bucket full of bait. I settled in for a bit of relaxing time before the rest of the crew showed up, put out one rod, made a sandwich, and generally zoned out for a while, which was very much needed.
Nice.
Yeah. It was weird, though. Sometime over the past year, a pretty strong hurricane or tropical storm moved through there and wiped all the sand off of the beach.
Yes,
it was
did.
a weird, muddy mess. I've never seen it like that. I know, Dave, you're not a huge fan of that beach anyway.
I don't dislike it. I don't. I have had two great trips there.
You call it ugly?
It was a little ugly.
It was pretty ugly.
It was a little uglier with all the exposed clay. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was strange.
So much mud is clay, and it was strange because, whatever blew the sand off, blew off patches, right? I mean, it's like all the sand was gone. The dunes were still behind us.
Right.
But
there were new dunes.
Was gone.
Yeah.
That you would sink in the clay on your way to the beach to check your bait.
Yep. So that Thursday night, I managed one bull red.
Yep.
Before Gary showed up. And he didn't fish until Friday morning. Speaking of Friday morning, that's when you showed up, Dave.
That's when Lazy Man Dave rolled up to camp.
It was perfect that way, wasn't it?
I also rolled in on Thursday evening, but I arrived where I was staying. I did not camp. I arrived in the town I was staying at my hotel at about 6:45 or so.
Mm-hmm.
And the pull to drive over to the beach and join Bret, have a drink or, just watch the surf was pretty strong. But I knew that there'd be very, very little light left by the time I got there. And then I'd be getting back very late. So I went ahead and forced myself to stay in town that first night.
Well, you were there the next morning anyway. It wasn't that big of a deal.
I was.
Did you catch anything?
Yeah. I had my best coast trip ever. I caught 2 catfish, both gaff tops, I believe. I might have caught both gaff tops.
Both gaff tops, I think. Yeah,
small, shorter than my foot.
I don't know what happened out there, but we didn't see that many redfish in the whole trip.
No,
2 or 3.
I think 3.
3.
Yeah,
that was it, huh?
Brett's bluefish from the first night.
Bluefish,
which I only say bluefish because he caught his fish after dark by himself, took a picture of it. And so the flash or the headlamp or whatever it was that lit up the fish.
Yeah.
The scales actually had that very blue look to them.
Well, they have that blue anyway.
Oh, they do. But it looked like if you were to take a redfish and throw it into your favorite photo editing program and invert the colors. That's what it looked like.
I got you. That'd have been green though, wouldn't it?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Yes. It looked like you played with the colors.
If redfish were red, maybe.
Okay. Well, they're copper-ish. However, we caught a few more fish, though, eh, Dave?
We did.
As a group.
We group fished. So
what else happened?
So Brett and I went on day 2, I believe, on Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
We left camp to go get some bait, and we had bait, but we were having a hard time keeping it alive. So
It was hot. It was too hot down there.
It was hot. The water, the water in the bait bucket was hot. We had bubblers on it, but the bait was just struggling. So we went to get bait, and Dave decided to teach himself how to throw a cast net with no instruction. I didn't even ask for help. And that went about how you'd imagine.
Yes.
And as a result, and also we explored a little bit when we were getting bait, and it was a Saturday and there was a lot of people. And so as a result, we were gone for quite a while.
Yeah.
And when we rolled back into camp 86 minutes later, we found out that Gary had landed a bull shark that was 4.7 feet long.
4.7?
That's right.
Okay.
And he may have given us the international sign of "you're driving bad."
Yes, he did. Followed by a thank you.
Yeah. I think he basically said, "Screw you guys, and also thank you for leaving," because not long after he caught the bull red, like I think within minutes, the bull shark, he caught a bull red.
He did. He had an excellent day while I was catching bait.
Yes.
Yeah, it was awesome. And it was his first trip down there doing that kind of fishing as well.
Oh, that's amazing.
So it was pretty, I mean, you're not going to 5-6 foot, you said 4.7.
I think it was more in the 5 or 6 foot range based on the picture I saw.
Right. I think 4.7 means something. I'll figure it out later.
Probably.
Anyway, on your first trip down there to get a 5 or 6 foot shark is probably a heck of a good start.
Oh man, and I forgot the first part of the story. You tell the first part of the story. What did he catch it on?
Well, the bait's a secret.
Oh, okay. It's a secret.
But he caught it on my shark rig.
That's right.
My
secret bait shark.
My big rod that I flew out with my new drone.
Oh, that's right.
Which I guess deserves a mention. I've switched drone companies. I'm now flying an XPC, which is, at least on that one trip for 3 or 4 days, flawless.
Awesome.
No hiccup, no weird spiraling out there over the water. I mention these things, Dave, because they've happened before.
Yeah.
No trying to return and you sit there and hovers and ignores you.
Yeah.
This thing was flawless. I'm very happy with it. You should have seen me rinsing it off in the front yard.
Yeah.
My neighbors thought I was insane.
Right?
We know how you rinse it.
No. Do you turn it on, I guess?
You hover it about 4 foot high in front of you and blast it with a water hose.
Oh.
Which is an odd look. I'll tell you that.
I tell you, that thing is a beast. I think you said it carries 7 pounds.
7.5 pounds, yeah.
Yeah. That thing is a beast. It's big.
It's big.
And Brett flew out a big bait pretty far.
The longest flight I dropped one out was 400 or 500 meters.
Sure.
Which is a ways out there.
Yeah.
And that was a big bait with a rather large weight.
Now that you got that new drone, we're going to have to upgrade the group reel. We're going to have to find a reel that holds more like, 1,500 yards of line.
I think I actually might need a larger reel, not for the fish necessarily.
Yeah.
But just to get the range more. Because at about, I think it holds like 800 or so.
Yeah.
And that's questionable with at a 500 yard drop.
Yeah.
A 6 foot shark. You might run into trouble.
Sure. Well, and I'm thinking, 200-300 yards, you're probably okay. But for those days, now that you've got this beast of a drone that'll really, really fly far, you just might want to fly a bait out further, and you just, you can't do that if you don't have enough line. So
one thing we forgot to do was put a lure on, say, your big spinning rod.
Yeah.
And flown it out to the end of the spool and dropped it. And then
Hold on while I pop this lure back 300 yards.
Exactly. Who knows? It's only 12 foot deep out there,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe you could. I don't know how close some of those close oil platforms, the oil rigs that we can.
Oh, the closest one's like 3 miles.
3 miles, but they look close. You might could fly a bait out there,
I mean, the range of that thing is a mile, but I'm a stickler for the rules.
Yeah.
So I need to keep it in sight.
Oh, the quadcopter itself.
The quadcopter itself, yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it that far away.
Right, and therefore I've passed, the rules. I'm a bit of a stickler for that because if you don't follow the rules, I will lose the opportunity to fly that bait out.
Well, sure.
People do too many stupid things, and then I can't use it anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So.
Well, we talked about Gary's epic, 86 minutes while we were gone, but that wasn't the end of the trip either.
No. We caught a couple more reds. And then was it the next day? Was it the Sunday that you and I were getting bait?
Very same thing.
He got another bull shark on my big rod again.
Yeah. Although
insanity.
On that particular run, and I don't know how much the distance was on the first one, on that particular run, because he pulled that trick on a Saturday where we left and he caught a big shark, we made a very quick trip. We went directly to one spot, caught what we wanted, drove right back. And
we were back quick.
He said, I did it again. And he showed us the picture. And he said it was like 20 seconds after we pulled after the beach. The rods screamed off.
I could not believe it. But I'm super happy that he had such an awesome day or awesome weekend out there,
Yeah. We spent
didn't get
approximately
that many reds, but whatever.
Well, that's true. We spent the next day and a half, so Sunday afternoon, and I guess actually we didn't fish out there Monday morning, but Monday morning we spent the rest of the time. Brett and I talked about pretending to leave for bait.
We did.
We would just drive to the pavement and turn around and come back.
Oh man. So Gary is as I mentioned earlier, a friend of the podcast. So he will be hearing this in a couple of days, and he'll be like, "Hey, wait a minute." That'll be nice. And then Monday morning, before we left, all three of us jumped in the trucks and went and fished over in the marsh or in the ICW and or marsh for smaller fish.
We fished a long ditch.
You caught a small redfish.
Little
rat red, yeah. I caught a small black drum.
Yep.
And then crabs.
I think Gary pulled in I know Gary pulled in at least one catfish.
Probably. He caught plenty of catfish that weekend.
I stayed true to myself. I caught one fish on Friday that was a gaff top and one fish on Saturday that was a gaff top.
How do you do that?
No, I went a day without catching a fish. Friday I didn't catch a fish.
Okay.
So Saturday I caught a gaff top. Sunday I caught a gaff top, and then Monday I got my little rat.
I got you.
Which was fun.
I got you. Yeah. And for the record, we were flying out the redfish rods about half the time as well.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like getting in the water, fly it out,
I think on this, I know on this trip, I didn't fly a bait out.
You did not?
No, and I think it was just partially laziness or just like...
Wait, that's backwards.
The water was... I think what it was is it was not hot by any means on the beach, but it felt good to get in. I mean, it was hot. It's still Texas. It's still pretty warm. We haven't hit, our fall temperatures.
Right.
But it felt good to get in. And so I would just be like, I'm going to go change my bait. And I'd go ahead and wait out there,
Sure, that
700 or 900 miles until I was up to my hips, and then and then walk my spool back.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of water there, is there, in the Gulf? Not for. No. I don't know where the water gets deep, but it's not within 800 yards. That's for sure.
Yeah.
800 yards is a long ways.
I will say, watching that. Speaking of flying baits, watching the bait drop from that thing is super cool. It's super satisfying.
Yeah, there's some videos of the bait drops. I'll post one. I'll edit one down because the best one's pretty long.
Yeah.
Dave, if you watch it, you can see fish moving around.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure it's all those mullet that were in the surf. But you can see stuff moving.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I've watched them all pretty closely to see if I see something else in there.
Yeah.
But it's just little mullet splashes on top.
Oh, that's right. One day, and I don't remember what day it was, but it doesn't really matter. I walked out into the surf. And
that's right.
To catch finger mullet with a cast net, and something rolled right in front of me. And I turned to Brett and said, Brett, I mean, I was in the wade gut. I was within, 20 yards ashore.
Yeah.
I said, Brett, a tarpon rolled 10 feet in front of me.
Right here. Yeah.
And then, and I was like, well, it could happen. We got big tarpon in Texas, and we also have baby tarpon. And I've seen baby tarpon close to the edge before.
Mm-hmm, sure.
But it kind of freaked me out because I wasn't expecting it. But there was a huge school of mullet. A few minutes later, so I went and I got a lure, and it was not really tarpon worthy, and the leader certainly wasn't tarpon worthy. But even for baby tarpon, it was like a 15-pound leader on a bass rod. But I went back out there, and it rolled again next to me. Only it wasn't a tarpon; it was an alligator gar. It was rolling in the wade gut.
Those guys love salt water, don't they?
I guess so. I mean, I'd always heard. I've never seen him in the salt water before.
In the surf? Oh, at all in the salt water?
At all in the salt water.
Okay.
But I have, most of my coastal fishing in Texas has been to the south or west of where most of the alligator gar are.
Right. And further away from the rivers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
because the gar, like those, the Trinity River, the Sabine River, and stuff, and I'm fishing southwest of there. It's a little bit west, it's a little bit south because of the whole coastal bend, but
right, it's kind of curvy.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: the only alligator gar I've ever caught have been in saltwater.
Yeah, that's right.
I've never actually caught one in fresh water, and I'm keeping a list of trying to get to 100 species in fresh water.
Yeah,
alligator gar is not on my list yet.
Oh, there you go.
I've probably caught nearly a dozen of them down there.
Yeah,
but not on the list yet. I've caught them on bait. I've caught them on lures down there fishing in the marsh. Let me tell you something. A 4-foot alligator gar on a pretty small rod and reel fishing for flounder and redfish.
Yeah.
It'll go around a corner in the marsh.
Yeah.
And you better be paddling fast to catch up with it.
Yeah, I bet.
Which is fun. I mean, no complaints. As we all know, being slightly underpowered is more fun, isn't it?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
I have caught 2 alligator gar in my life, both freshwater and both very small. In fact, I don't remember if it's my first or my second one was even considerably smaller. And we're talking like
2 foot?
Yeah, like 2 foot or less, like 18 inches.
Bigger than that one I got in the cast net?
Bigger than the one Brett got in the cast net. I forgot about that.
I didn't. There's still a hole in that cast net from him.
That cast net was donated to a trash can
it
on
really
the long
was.
ditch.
Yeah, because they don't last forever. And down there in the salt water, fishing in the regular roadside ditches in the marsh, there's pipes and stuff in there, and old pilings and alligator gar. They just don't last very long.
Yeah,
But it was a great trip. I'm glad I got some time down there. I'm glad you made it out. Fishing with you is always great, which is cool. And I'm glad Gary joined us. He seemed to have some fun.
Yeah.
And he didn't seem as tired as me when he left either.
Oh, I felt like, not to call you out, Gary, as you're listening to us, but I felt like he was circling the drain there before he drove off.
Was he? Oh, yeah. They're at the fishing. Yeah, I didn't mention on Monday we went and fished the marsh. We caught those fish on the ICW side. We also spent some time messing around with alligator gar.
Yes.
Over in the marsh itself. Yeah. I hooked one, had one run off with bait, and just, I don't know. He was going around the corner. I had to set the hook. He was going to leave. So
yeah,
he wasn't there.
I had three in that spot run my bait off, grab it and swim off with it. And then I just kind of played I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I should wait. And I just kind of played when should I try to set the hook or reel game? And I didn't get it. But I did have one little guy, like really little, about the size of the one you caught in the cast net.
Yeah.
I looked over and I saw my float, and then a little guy came up and nipped at the float.
Bit the float?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I've had an actual alligator down there grab my float for no apparent reason.
Sure. I thought
And
we
just-
were going to feed some gators in that little hole because there was 3 or 4 of them swimming around.
Well, if we were catching fish over there, we might have. They would
Yeah.
chomp those things right down. But that alligator would not let go of that float.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Yank.
I just kept pressure on him, and finally he got close up to me. He looked at me and dropped it,
Oh, that's cool.
like a bad dog or something.
Did you point at him and say, drop?
Bad. Oh man, it was a great trip. I do like the group trips with If It Swims. I think it's a lot of fun. We should do some more. Next time we do this kind of trip, let's record a bonus podcast down there.
Right?
We'll just sit in our chairs, the headphones on, and start recording.
You'll be able to hear the sand hitting the microphone.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah,
I got sand in everything. In fact, I grabbed a lure out of a tackle box yesterday, and I grabbed it. And I came up. My hand slipped off from all the sand that was in it because I'd opened that box holder down there.
The amount of sand in my driveway is astonishing.
Oh yeah,
just from rinsing off my gear, and those my sand spikes turned into mud spikes, of course.
Yeah,
and they were still full.
Oh, mine were too. I put the little jet function on your water hose and I sprinkled my clay out, and it was only just because I didn't want it to end up in my garage.
Well, mine's out. I just stood them all up and soaked and filled them with water, and let them soak for about 12 hours, and it all ran out with the mud.
Now, I will say I haven't washed my truck yet, which is probably not the best thing.
No, it's not. I haven't either.
About 4 days before I met these guys, I was on another coastal fishing trip.
That's right. We talked about that on here as well.
And
I think no, we didn't.
No, that was it was just
what'd you catch
the week before?
Yeah, what'd you catch on that one?
So I put a rod out for 3 days, but I really only fished one day. We were on a family beach.
You were
trip
family,
with the toddlers, with the grandkids.
Caught a shark though, didn't you?
But I caught a shark.
Nice.
The first day that I put it out. So I christened my surf rig, that it was new to me, and I mean the whole thing was new. I had the rod and the reel and the spike and everything was all new, and I went to a live bait shop because I didn't know how to throw a cast net yet. Not that I learned on this last trip.
Not that you know now, but whatever.
And I bought some croaker, and I had a croaker out there, and I caught about a 2 foot Atlantic sharp nose. It was real pretty. In fact, it had some blue eyes. I mean,
it really did. It really did. It's a crazy looking eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that fish might be on the Instagram feed already.
Oh, possible.
I'm not sure.
I haven't seen it, but
if it's not, it will be soon because as this podcast drops, I'll make sure some of those get posted. So it's kind of together, right?
Kind of as a timing thing.
Sure.
Yeah, the other 2 days I tried to fish, so I took my bucket of croaker back the next day, and there was what I thought was seaweed in the surf that I'd never seen before.
Oh, that's right.
And it looked whitish in the water, but I picked some up, and in your hand, it looked like glass noodles. It looked like you could eat it. It looked like it'd be on the bottom of a really delicious, Asian fusion meal.
Sure, with some salmon on top or something,
Yeah. Well, on day 2, that was in the surf on day 1. On day 2, enough of it was in the surf that I threw my bait out there. Hooked it as far as I could, and within 10 minutes, I was spooled from this quote unquote seaweed. And it took me probably 20 to 30 minutes to reel in my line.
Oh.
And I don't have a real good, because you are pulling through water and not just dead weight. I don't have a real good idea, but I estimate it felt like I was pulling between 20 and 40 pounds of this stuff.
Of nothing.
Of just a non-hydrodynamic material.
Yeah.
And it basically formed what looked like a giant cat's tail, about 8 inches in diameter around my line, around my braid, all the way to the end. And of course, I sat there and I pulled it off, 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 and I pulled it off. And what did I do? I threw out again, thinking, it's a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Same thing happened. So I quit fishing for the day.
Yeah, no, which makes sense. We didn't see much seaweed or weird white stuff.
We had almost nothing on our now these two beaches are, and I looked at the Google Earth to do a measurement just out of curiosity because obviously a lot of drive time between them, but they're 50 miles apart.
Isn't that far?
And so I went back on day 3 of the family beach trip and I threw out again. And this time I had live shrimp. And again, this time I was spooled in under 5 minutes from the weed.
Oh, it's a
but
mess.
I got smart after my, 475 minutes of getting my weight all the way back to the beach. I suddenly realized, hey, I can just go cut my rig off, because I had a rig that was attached to what do you call it? A spinner thing.
A swivel.
A swivel. I lost my brain there for a minute.
Nice.
So I just went and cut the braid off the swivel.
And reeled
back
it through
to the rod spike and reeled the braid through the stuff.
That works.
But what was fascinating about it is I was just kind of sitting at the end of the day. We'd gone out, we did our beach thing, we got to dinner, and I was just kind of scrolling through social media. And because our phones know where we are, I was getting some posts from local areas, and somebody said, "What is this?" And it was a picture of what I was messing with. And somebody else answered, and I went and Googled it, and sure enough, it was not a plant, but an animal. It was
really
a
weird
filter feeder. And it looked like a plant. I mean, in my estimation, like, it was a plant. It was an animal the way a coral is an animal. I mean, it looked like a plant, acted like a plant, but it ate, microscopic, I don't know,
weird stuff.
Or
yeah.
whatever.
Well, like coral does as well, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Or some coral does anyway. Yeah. That's weird stuff. I'm glad I didn't see any of that while I was down there, because.
Me too.
And I've been there. I've been there.
Going back there for a fishing trip.
Yeah. I've been down there when, at least in my case, for like 6 hours, you just can't fish. Yeah. But the next day it's better.
Right.
Right. But we had nothing. It was great.
Yeah, we had.
I saw some weed. Saw some weed a couple times in my line.
Yeah.
But nothing bad. I saw as much like plastic scraps in my line as I did weed,
Oh yeah. Well, and like I mean, what the little bit of weed or plant material that I had to pull off of my tip top guide was less than most of the places I bass fish. I mean, we just really did not have a problem.
Right. No, it was nice. We didn't catch that many fish, but we did put several. We mentioned those 2 sharks. I think I caught 3 small sharks.
Yeah.
This trip.
Yeah.
And I think Gary caught another small one. Did he not? Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah. So we put
you guys
half
both
a dozen
caught
sharks.
A sharp nose, but you also caught a black tip one day.
And that was a black tip, not a spinner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I will before I post these, I will have you help me identify them. Because I want to get it right,
I don't know any better than you do, but we're pretty sure on the sharp nose. And on the black tip, we purposely had Bret hold the fish in such a way that we could see all the fins. And we looked at the identification.
Fin location is a thing. Yeah. Yeah.
It had to be. At least based on Texas Parks and Wildlife's identification guide, which they give you a couple of sharks that look real similar and tell you how to tell them apart.
Although it did act like a spinner.
Yeah.
But apparently black tips will jump as well. So I don't know. Cool. It was a great trip. Let's go back, man.
Yeah. Hey, how's tomorrow? I mean, I got to work a little bit here.
Yeah.
I kind of didn't work much at the very beginning of the month, so now I got to work a little.
I'm thinking about grabbing a hotel next time.
Yeah.
Or something, just so I can. If I'm going to go in the summer, I'm going to do that. Or in the hot weather, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Because that cool air at night will get me ready for the next day again. It was 75 at night. It wasn't bad.
Right.
But it wasn't great either.
Right. Well, and since I stayed in town and I had to drive by a donut shop.
Yes.
I just brought breakfast. And in fact, this place, it was just a Shipley's Donuts, a chain.
Right.
But
Fort Worth chain
where we were, they had boudin kolaches.
And
they were so good.
Yeah. That is insane. Gary and I both cooked a meal.
Yep.
And you had those.
Yes.
And you brought back breakfast. So I guess it all works out.
I felt a little bad for being the lazy guy that didn't camp and didn't cook a meal. But so
you said that last time, man, you were fished. And you did it in the way that works for you. It doesn't.
That's true.
There's no. You know what I mean.
I will say, if you were to call me up tomorrow and go, hey man, I'm jonesing to go again. I want to go back to that, same beach next weekend. I need a little bit of time before I do that because of the beach or because I think it's particularly bad. I had about a 45-minute drive each way to the beach from my motel because there's just nothing there.
Yeah,
so it was it's a bit of a long drive.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a bit much. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we'll just find an Airbnb on the beach and I'll just walk down from there.
That's basically what our family trip was. Although we were just far away. I mean, we were 2 blocks, but the reality is you want your cooler, right? And your pop-up shade. So you drive anyway. But
actually, you're right. On second thought, I don't think I want one right on the water.
Yeah.
Because I'd be tempted to just drag the cooler down there or whatever.
Yeah.
No way, man. I'll just park on the beach.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That is a better idea. Get one of those receiver mounted rod holders and just back up to the water.
There you go.
I mean, people do it. It's not a bad idea.
I see a lot of people do it.
And then you just leave.
Yeah.
And if you're not going far, you leave the rods in it, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not a bad idea. Anyway.
Yeah, I got a weird thing about, I even thought about getting one of those, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to end up just hauling the rods into the room at night anyway. And
yeah.
They're on the back of my truck or on a,
right. I kind of want one on the front though.
Yeah.
So I can have rods out and then it is the coast. So occasionally there's just a blinding rainstorm for no reason.
Sure.
I can sit in the truck and see the rods.
Right? You can listen to tunes on Spotify, have your air conditioning running, and just watch the rods.
Did you have service down there for Spotify?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Not where we were. I was plenty fine on the family trip, but we were in we were in a more populous area.
Yeah. So. There's nothing out there for service. I'm shocked how bad it still is.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Oh, it was a good trip. Thanks for showing up, man.
Let's do it again.
I'm going over Christmas break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas break, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
just 2 days probably.
I got my test. I had 3, 5, 6, something like that. I had a handful of days with a reel that I bought, that's like kind of an unknown quantity, and it worked fine, and the rod worked fine. So
yeah.
I mean, I don't think I was home for 12 hours before I ordered a second one.
It's Cast King reel, isn't it?
No, it's a
Okuma.
Okay.
Oh, Okuma.
Yeah.
Oh, it's way better than Cast King. I love Cast King.
Yeah.
But Okuma is a little more of a known quantity.
Yeah, yeah. And I noticed that the particular I could have sworn this reel cost more when I buy it. It actually was bought for me for Christmas last year, but I could have sworn it cost more.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's at like 105 or something. I was like, I'm just picking up a second one right away. I went to Academy on my lunch break and bought another one of the surf rods. Now
same
I
rod.
catch 2 catfish at the same time.
Yeah, there you go. 2 rods matching, 2 reels matching, right?
Yeah.
Some people don't do that. I go crazy if they're not matching. Not for looks. I don't care about that. But I don't like the idea of grabbing a rod with a fish on it.
Yeah.
And then something bad happens, and I go, "Oh yeah, that's this rod."
Right.
Or I got to do that. I want
the bait lever works backwards on this reel from the other one.
They need to be the same for me. I'm more efficient that way.
There you go.
And I started carrying that much while I was seriously carp fishing.
Sure.
With 3 rods on the pod, and they all need to match because they need to behave the same.
Yeah.
Because you will lose a fish.
I get it, but I definitely did put out a 6-foot regularly rolled. I call it a bass rod because that's what everybody would think of it is, but I actually bought it for carp. But I did put a second bait feeder out on a spike, and it was ridiculous. I mean, in fact, hold on. That's what I caught the shark on the family trip. I did not catch it on the big rod.
Oh, nice. You caught it on the small. Oh, it may have actually fought on that thing.
So the only thing I've caught on the big rod is minuscule catfish.
I think you're doing something wrong there, Dave.
Well, it just so I did the same thing on that trip where I set up both rods. And actually, this is funny too. So in the morning, I wake up significantly earlier than my wife, and I knew the family wasn't going to all head to the beach until about 9:00. So I was up before sunrise, and we're right there on the water. So I went ahead and fished lures. Since it was going to be a few hours before I used it again, and since I had time even when I got back to the Airbnb, I went ahead and cranked the drag down all the way, turned the shower on, and just rinsed the reel off real quick.
Yeah.
When I brought that shark in, I was kind of surprised that it hadn't taken any kind of drag.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, it was extremely feisty when I tried to grab it. And it wasn't until after I let the fish go, and I think it was the next morning when I went back out to fish lures again, and I just have a habit of reaching down and checking my drag. Is it good? Is it
quick check? Yeah.
And it was still cranked all the way down. And I was like, that's why that shark was
That's why the shark felt so weird.
I just basically cranked him in. It had no...
Yeah. Hey, I've got some fishing news.
Let's do news.
All right, I got some. I'll start here. The first one I have is from the Wall Street Journal. That's a bit unusual for fishing news, isn't it?
Stocks are falling and the fish are biting.
This is fun. Redfish with perfect numbers, letters, and symbols on their tails. Do you have this one? Okay. We've all seen it.
But I did see the article.
Nice. With letter symbols on their tails are all the rage on the water. Andrew Brown had spent most of his life chasing redfish, a fish notable for its fight and unique tail markings. The 45-year-old angler in Pensacola, Florida, started catching them by flicking live shrimp and sand fleas on a spinning rod before he moved on to fly fishing. About 8 years ago, Brown began noting odd spot patterns on their tails. At first, he caught one with what appeared to have an uppercase A. Then he spotted a clear letter E on another catch. There were also the rare fish with no spots. After 5 years, between his own catches and other online reports, he has accounted for the entire alphabet and the numbers 0 through 9. On top of that, there were smiley faces, Pac-Man symbols, and hearts.
Oh, wow.
He posted the finds on his website and Instagram page, Drum Spots, which If It Swims podcast now follows on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I'll put a link to his Instagram in our show notes. But yeah, Drum Spots, it's great, which quickly amassed a devoted following. He says, hearts are the most common. I think they want us to be happy. The discoveries have captivated the fishing world and sparked both curiosity and doubt. Some anglers are seeing what they want to see, of course, right? Then there's the possibility that the images were doctored. Although the people who reeled in these magical fish from the northeast U.S. to Mexico say the spots' clarity, legitimacy are undeniable. Then goes on to say Ron Ratliff says he's caught fish with most letters in the alphabet and a spot shaped like Louisiana. The 43-year-old guide caught one in August with the word "and" on its tail.
Wow.
What could that mean? And it's time to catch another one, I guess, says Ratliff, who runs Marshdown Guide Services there in Louisiana. Marshdawn, rather, sorry.
That's funny. I actually follow Ron. He's kind of
really?
Like he's on Instagram and stuff. He's a friend.
Oh, this is awesome.
Kind of thing. So I actually recognized his name as soon as I saw that, and I never saw the "and" fish.
Oh, that's awesome though. It's great.
Yeah.
It's just these weird ass genetics going on with their spots, says Stephen Crowder, who operates Madness Charters out of Jacksonville, Florida. One of his clients caught a large redfish with the client's initials on it.
Wow.
Crazy. Bobby Warden, who runs Adventure Charters out of Venice, Louisiana, said sighting on spots on redfish is a subjective pursuit. like looking up at clouds and seeing a dog or a cat or an elephant. But it's crazy when you pull one out of the water and a spot is clearly some legible letters, symbol, or numbers. His favorite was a spot that resembled the Under Armour logo. There's more. Mike Illig said he caught a redfish with a tail spot resembling Edgar Allan Poe.
Nice.
I don't understand that. Oddly enough, the boat captain reeled it in at the beach where Poe was stationed during his stint in the military. Scientists, of course, say whatever the shape is, it's a defensive mechanism to deter predators when they're young. It looks like an extra eye back there, and it confuses the predators. And it's a crazy, crazy story.
Wow.
The last one here, it says, from now on, I'm going to be looking at these spots, says Tom B. You know Tom B? Tom
Nope.
B?
Oh,
Editor.
yeah.
Editor of the Drake.
Drake magazine. Yeah.
Yes, of the Drake, a fly fishing magazine. He's seen a lot of Photoshop redfish tail spots, but after examining one catch with a heart-shaped spot, he was convinced. And I have it on good authority, he says, that the heart is legit. But then, who knows? All anglers are liars. Super lighthearted story. I've got some weird looking spots. I've never actually looked at what they could look like. I just noticed they were weird looking.
I haven't done a Rorschach test on the spots.
Exactly. Well, I probably will from now on, though.
Well, I will say I reacted when you started saying the story because as I was looking for news for the podcast,
you saw it.
I saw this story and I clicked on it,
but
I got hit by a paywall. And so I couldn't copy the text or read it, but the picture, I was able to see the very first picture, which was a redfish with a smiley face on it. It was hilarious. It's
a great smiley face too.
The classic smiley face. Like imagine the T-shirt from Forrest Gump, right?
Or just all of the 60s at once.
Yeah, all the 60s at once. So I'm thinking this guy that has this Drum Spots account. Drum Spots, is that what? Yeah.
Drum Spots.
I wonder, and there's got to be a lot of like ransom note style collage, like memes.
He has some.
There from
he has some, just like on like Happy Holidays.
Sure.
A Merry Christmas spelled out and things like that. Yes.
Keep calm and fish on, or
right, and just all these little pictures of redfish spots, writing some information out. It's really kind of fun. I've looked at the spots, but never that closely. I've caught a spotless one, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I have too. Yeah,
and I didn't catch, but someone with me down on the coast once caught a I don't know what you call it. The entire one side of the fish was just all spots.
Right, just looks like a leopard
from tail to head. The other side, totally normal.
Yeah, I don't think I've caught. I have caught one before that has like 4 or 5 spots on it, but not like that. Not like that. And we've all seen a picture. We've all seen a picture of that, or at least most
of the leopard. Yeah,
of the sort of the leopard-looking redfish.
Which side do you think we took a picture of?
Oh, the normal one. You don't want it. Just like Brett doesn't want to share his secret shark bait, we don't want anybody to see the cool side of this redfish.
Right. Oh man, shark bait's not that secret, but it's a bit unusual.
No, I get it.
A bit unusual and legal, and it's fun to keep a few things quiet.
That's right.
And that's more for fun than for anything else.
I got some news too. So I got a question for you though, because I had a couple of stories to choose from.
Again?
I kind of want it. No, I'm not going to do that thing again, but I'm wondering if you have another one you would like to read or not.
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay, good. Then I know
I brought
exactly.
2. I know
exactly what I'm going to read then.
Perfect. What do you got?
I don't know which one first. I just know that I'm reading both of these. And
unless we have the same one.
Well, that's very possible. So
it's always possible.
I'm going to start with a medium educational. Okay?
Oh, fun.
It's not super educational, but
consider the source.
Consider the source, right?
It can't be super educational, can it?
We're kind of nerds, and also like Brett's kind of a really big fish nerd. Like he knows all kinds of weird, like Latin and species and stuff.
I'm a bit of a fish nerd.
Cool. I think it's cool. I just don't know all that stuff. But you have more of a life than I do. No, I'm more of like somewhat of an overachiever. Brett and I met because he ran a multi-species contest, and I thought, well, I never really tried really hard to catch a bunch of different species, and I love, this is why we do this podcast.
Right.
Like many people, I love any kind of fish and all kinds of different fish, and so I learned so much during that contest, and I actually could tell different kinds of sunfish apart.
Sure.
And now I've forgotten most of it, but I still love the variety.
Well, that's the beauty of taking pictures of everything.
Yeah.
You can ID them later.
You can go back and figure it out. Oh, speaking of which, before I read my news, I had an interesting conversation with a guy over the weekend at nearby lake. And the part that just made me laugh was he said, we would go on down there and we would catch bluegill, sun perch, and regular brim.
What?
And exactly. Bluegill, sun perch, and regular brim. And so to me, the fact that he wasn't calling, he wasn't calling it bluegill or sun perch or brim. Like in
those
his
are three
mind,
different fish.
He has three different species of fish, and one's a bluegill, one's a sun perch, and one's a regular brim.
Aye.
All right, back to the news.
But yeah, before I spiraled into brim and
there you go. Right.
perch.
So this one comes from the University of Konstanz in Germany.
Ooh.
And the headline is Breaking Bilateral Symmetry: The Unusual Head of a Fish and the Puzzle of Its Genes. Almost all animals have symmetrical bodies. Bilateral symmetry is almost universal in all animals and is only very rarely broken, with exceptions like the five-armed starfish or crab species that have one large and one small claw.
Right.
One example of broken bilateral symmetry is the cichlid fish Parasotis microlepis.
Nice job.
Which is, I don't know if it's right, but I didn't trip over it.
It's not what I said. I said nice job.
That's right. Which is native to Lake Tanganyika in Africa.
Okay.
Its head, and especially its mouth, are shifted sideways in one direction, depending on the individual, either to the left or to the right. The fish have a permanently crooked head, so to speak, which they use to their advantage when hunting. Axel Meyer, an evolutionary biologist from Konstanz, and his team conducted extensive analysis of the genome to find out why this is the case and which genes are responsible. The research results have been published in Science Advances. The fish feeds almost exclusively on the scales of other fish.
That's a weird diet.
Bites them off the living animals from their sides by attacking torpedo-like from behind and below,
What a jerk.
and scrapes off the scales with backward curved teeth.
What the heck?
Right.
The fish was already weird.
Right. It's got a head and a mouth pointing to the left or to the right.
Yeah, not like flounder, which are all left, I think.
What are they all left-headed?
I think. And
I think
halibut are right, whatever. Yeah. Not like that. Just random amongst the fish.
No, this is random amongst the individuals.
That's bizarre.
And it goes on to say that the favored direction of the cichlid's attack corresponds to its laterally asymmetric head shape.
Oh, that makes sense.
It prefers to attack the prey fish either from the right or from the left side, depending on the direction in which its head is bent. In the cichlid population, this particular cichlid, not cichlids in general, in this cichlid population, the numerical ratio between left-headed and right-headed fluctuates around every 4 to 5 years. But in the long term, it remains very consistent at 50-50. First author, I'm going to butcher this name. Believe it's a Chinese name. Xiaomeng Tian has a plausible explanation for this. If, for example, the proportion of left-headers grows, the prey that survives these attacks pays more attention to the side that it is more frequently attacked. so that the right headers in this case are at an advantage and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
This is why none of the variants is permanently more successful than the other, and the ratio stabilizes at 50-50. This is a prime example. This is a little bit of word salad, but it's a really interesting sentence. This is a prime example of rare, frequency-dependent selection in which the more common form is at a disadvantage, explains the biologist.
That is essentially backwards from everything we learned.
And that's the end of this article. Yeah, right.
What a cool fish.
Darwinism, whatever, and like, things that are different tend to like die out and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
The more common form is at a disadvantage in this species. And
interesting.
Yeah, they gave us Latin. I don't know what the common name is. It's probably crooked head cichlid.
If it even has one, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Who knows this article? This could be a small population of fish. It said that was native to that lake in Africa. Maybe that's its only range.
Right. But crooked head cichlid's a good name for it.
Hey, you bent head scale snatcher.
Whoa! Hey now. I think we found that title of this episode.
I mean, though, yeah, it was weird enough, right? I could see your reaction. It was weird enough. They have a crooked head, and then they feed on scales with crooked teeth,
which is weird. Yeah. But the weirdest part was that the hatch rates change based on the as a defense mechanism to the fish they're feeding on.
Yep,
in a way.
Yeah,
that's wild.
The prey adapts, and the predator adapts right along with it.
Yeah, but not each predator. Its offspring adapts. The numbers they have of each one is what adapts.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The population adapts.
Yeah, the population overall adapts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Makes my next one sound really dumb.
Oh, I'm ready for dumb one, Brett. Let's have it.
All right. So we've had ratfish on the show before.
Okay. Now my memory doesn't jive, but okay.
We've had ratfish on the show before.
All righty.
And this one pops up again from Yahoo News.
Okay.
The spotted. What? You have it?
Story too. Yeah.
Was it your next one?
Take it away.
We finally did it.
We finally did it.
Perfect.
We finally both saw the same story. And this is going on the podcast.
This is going on the podcast. Perfect. I've been waiting for this for like a year and a half now.
Mm-hmm.
The spotted ratfish is a 2-foot-long fish with a big head and long, skinny tail, like all ratfish have, that live in the northeastern Pacific Ocean. It belongs to a group of fish called chimera that are closely
related to sharks.
To sharks, correct.
I was trying to match you. Just the text is in front of me too.
Oh man, chimera are sometimes called ghost sharks. Like most vertebrates, it has teeth in its mouth. Unlike other vertebrates, it also has teeth in another location. Its forehead. Researchers have long wondered where the ratfish's forehead teeth come from. New research published on September 4th has traced their origin. The ratfish's extra teeth line a cartilaginous appendage called a tenaculum that in males can be erected and deployed to grasp females during mating. Insanity. Many fish have clasping appendages near their pelvis that they use to hold their mate. The spotted ratfish has the tenaculum in addition to pelvic claspers. Scientists have known about the ratfish's toothy tenaculum for some time, but they weren't sure exactly how the teeth originated or how they ended up in this weird location outside the mouth. Anyway, it's a wild-looking fish. As usual, we'll put a link to a picture of it in the show notes. Dave, you don't have a story anymore.
I mean, I always have backup, so I can read another story. But I don't think I have a story anymore.
I've been waiting for this to happen.
Yep.
And we mentioned before, folks, we do not discuss these beforehand. We show up raw with them. And it finally happened. This was your second story, right?
Oh, yeah. I was going to read this as my second story for sure. And
Fantastic.
In fact, when you said... So Brett started with the line, researchers have finally traced the origin of the spotted rat, blah, blah, blah. He skipped the headline, which I may have done as well.
Exactly.
Which the headline I found said, "This gloriously weird fish has teeth on its forehead forceps."
Yes, I did skip that because I wanted to bring it up later.
Yeah, you wanted a little slow build.
A little
I'm
slow
done with
build,
news.
yeah.
Bro, we've hit it out of the park. We had what is that? A news jinx or something?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to happen.
Yep.
We gather news from the internet for this show, and there's only so many sources of fish news on the internet.
That's true. I mean, we could have read this story that we both saw 572 links about, sunfish that washed up in California. That's a little bit different than the other sunfish, but it wasn't that interesting of a story. I mean, like if I was the guy on the beach in California and a sunfish washed up, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And sunfish is a mola, or this was a different mola something. Not a sunfish.
It was a mola hula or something.
Yeah, the giant. It was a hoodwink, wasn't it?
It might have been.
It was a hoodwink sunfish. I don't know the scientific name of the hoodwink sunfish. Yeah,
I considered bringing another story too.
Or once again, there were 6 stories of an oarfish washing up.
Oh yeah. The oarfish always washes.
Always stories. Now
the doomsday oarfish washes up on the beach every month, at least as long as this podcast has been alive.
It really has. We did a story once on one because it's a cool fish. Oarfish are amazing. And
I did think about bringing a story that. Yes, we're done with news, but I'll mention the same way.
Yeah. It
wasn't worth telling because y'all just got to go and see the picture if you're curious. And it's local to Bret and I in the Port Aransas area, which is down on the coast. And it's probably 150 miles from where we fished on the group trip. There's a jellyfish that's been showing up called the pink meanie.
I did see the pink meanies.
Yeah. And I guess it's huge. What do they call them? The, oral tentacle. Nah, I can't remember what it's called. They do use the word oral though.
The long bits.
The long bits can be like 70 feet long.
That's a huge jelly.
And it's pink. And I mean, I saw, as I was going through the news, I saw the picture over and over again. I mean, it's pink.
Really?
Yeah. But it just, again, without the picture, and it's.
No, that's true. Right. Now, I will promise, anytime either of us sees an article of fish falling from the sky for any reason, they will be here.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That we will never skip a fish falling from the sky story.
I'm sure we miss them in the news cycle once in a while, but
But if we see it, it will be
that's
here,
right.
I promise. Because it's a funny thing.
Well, since we hit the news trifecta, I think it's about time to switch gears.
It is. Let's talk about the Carp Ladder.
Oh yeah.
Would you believe it's half over?
Oh no. Sad face.
I think. Yeah.
No, it probably is half over.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So we've had 2 new users sign up this past month, but no official entries to the ladder.
Yeah.
We had 1 fish submitted, caught on a bait that's not on the ladder, and without the contest image. So that fish is just sitting there, and I don't know what to do with it.
I mean, you put up some bycatches while.
But this was caught on fake corn, and
I gotcha.
And it was just somebody carp fishing. Send me the picture.
Well,
now the same person did sign up.
Yeah,
and they did check the box that says I have read the rules to sign up.
There you go.
I'm not sure they actually did, but this person is out there fishing. Go catch a fish on corn. Get this thing kicked off, right?
There you go.
Yes. So I will remind everyone again, this contest is wide open for someone to come in and win this whole thing.
That's right.
There are some prizes. A lot of it happens to be IFITSWIMS swag, but that swag includes some lures.
That's true.
Which is kind of cool. And
they haven't all been invented yet.
This is an excellent point. And there is some other stuff coming, some carp specific stuff on the way as well.
Oh, very.
So that'll be good. So there is no bait release this month.
Okay.
giving everyone a chance to catch up and or get on board.
There you go.
Yeah. So that also means that the reason there's a small break here is after this, they get hard. Like real hard.
Yeah, I imagine.
The second half of this thing is insanity, which is kind of the point.
And we've already kind of reached hard, at least with the baits that have been announced. And I mean, not impossible, but harder.
It gets weird, which is fun. It's kind of the point,
Sure.
So head over to ifitswims.com, sign up. Let's go. I want to see what you guys come up with.
One of these days, Bret is going to announce that I have to source something like a durian or a jackfruit. Well, you could probably get those at your local like fancy store, like Whole Foods or Central Market. But like, he's going to put something on there that's like, not only is it weird and hard to fish with, but it's impossible to find.
There is a citrus that is a little less common on the list.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's next month. We'll see it.
Okay. I look forward to it. I mean, I'm still in the first month of baits myself, but that's just because I suck.
Well, hominy shouldn't be that tough. But
no,
what's tough is getting out there and doing it.
I had the wife get yet another can of hominy from the store when she went to the groceries this week. I said,
yes.
I said, wife, please get me. She always asks me, what do you want from the store? Because she goes and does a whole weekly shop. I said, give me a can of sweet corn and a can of hominy. And the only reason why for both is because I took my granddaughter out fishing. And I took sweet corn because I was hoping, pleading the fishing gods that she could catch something, a bullhead, a catfish, anything.
Bullhead, sure.
We got skunked, but
fair enough.
We had a great time.
Fair enough. Oh man. Anything else?
Man, I got it.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. So there's more information on the Carp Ladder. Pick some recent trips and all things If It Swims at ifitswims.com and on Instagram at if_it_swims. All links to find us are available in the show notes, along with links to items covered this month. Our music was written for us by Dallas artist Jeff Hewitt. Join us again next month. Join the Carp Ladder. And as always, we will see you out there. See you guys.
Bonjour.